Okay, I'm going to show you guys kind of different ways to use the black box tool to find products. This is applicable to viral launch also, so we'll probably go ahead and use those. So I just want to highlight what ones. We'll probably do a couple of these videos, but what are some like specific formulas that you can use? You obviously want to get creative with your own, but let's say that we wanted to find one. Let's say we want to find a market that is easier to compete in, okay? So what I would want to do here is if we could essentially find something with a low review rate. So that means that they're not driving reviews. And what does that mean? Well, that means like essentially an organic review rate on Amazon's about 1%. So if we can find something that's close to 1%, this means that we're going to go into a market where they aren't even getting reviews for their product. Like they're not even doing an email sequence. So if we're going into those, then it's going to be less competitive because they're not very advanced sellers if they're not doing an email sequence. So that, and then sales flat year over year. So essentially why we do this is if they're flat sales year over year, this means they've been selling consistently. They're not driving reviews, and we know there's not anything crazy going on. And then I would probably want to do something with relatively low reviews, so maybe under like 300 reviews. So let's get, let's get crazy. Let's see if we do something crazy. Let's get something under 100 reviews. It's not very crazy, but that's how I'm feeling right now. All right. So if we put into here, let's just say we're even going to go after a lower one, 0 to 50,000, okay? And we want to go under $100, obviously, because we're not going to sell multi-$100 products. So we could go with a review count of a maximum of 100 reviews. And then what we want to do is, let's say, sales to review of a minimum of 10. Actually, let's just call it a 7. And then sales year over year, 0 to 30. And this may be a hit or maybe a miss. You're going to have to kind of play around with the filters and see what you get. I know it's going to be a lot of junk too when we do this, but we might find some gems because it only takes one. And this is what I do to essentially we're panning for gold. A restaurant first aid kit. Interesting. Let's see. What else have we got here? Let's sort by monthly revenue. Oh, industrial and scientific, of course. Some of my favorite markets to go into are industrial and scientific, by the way. All right, so we've got this going. Let's see what we have here. So let's see. Lav mic. Okay, so a steam generator. Let's see. We're going to, like I said, there's going to be a lot of junk in here. I'm not looking for, I'm actually going to a broom. That's interesting. Why is that broom doing 50,000 a month with 5 reviews? Inflatable gymnastics air mat track. I don't know if I'm going to make a good air mat. Maybe you could. Not going to sell an electrical code thing. Gun accessories. I'm not going to sell gun accessories. WD-40. I got hope here. A plastic storage clipboard. Okay, that seems interesting because so this plastic storage clipboard seems interesting because it's just a plastic storage clipboard. I don't know. And so people clearly want to buy bundles in this market. If it's selling, wow, they're selling what? Clipboards for 50,000 what? No. Let me double check with both of these sales estimators here. Yeah, that sometimes the tool's wrong. That's why you need to check. A shot glass display case. Interesting. You could do that potentially. Um, Fuse beads. What is this? This looks like a hobby, so this is something interesting to me. Let's take a look at that because I really like hobbies. So they have fuse beads, 20 colors. So it's kind of a bundle, and people like to spend a lot of money on their hobby. I mean, I don't know if people are Sculpt Pro. I don't really know that that's a brand name. Just offering a good amount for these hardcore beaters. A slime supplies kit. Interesting. Okay, because those are related products. Let me see this. Let's check out the revenue on this. Okay, so it's been selling for about a month and they're doing pretty good amount of sales. Okay, maybe I would go ahead and now combine this with other methods and look into these. Maybe let's just see if we found a couple of other ones here. Not going to sell dog food. Not going to sell that kind of stuff. Christmas tree lights, that's seasonal. A wire roasting rack? What in the world is that? It's sold by Amazon. A FIFO bottle? Don't know what that is. It might be interesting, but I don't like to sell. I just don't want to sell that. Headset rolls. Headrest. Okay, here, this is something interesting. Avalon papers, headset rolls. So if we take a look at this, this is selling $38,000 a month, 67 reviews. Okay, this is actually pretty interesting. One image. Okay, so this would be interesting. So I would just quickly take this and put it in Cerebro and just kind of see where. So I'll go ahead and see where this is going here. Sort by the highest search volume stuff. Face paint. Paint paper. Let's see. Where is this? Chiropractic face paper. I have no idea what this is. Oh, so apparently that's stuff that chiropractors use to when you're on that bed and they gotta put new paper on. Okay, interesting. Well, I would probably dip out from this idea. I don't really feel like doing it. You could probably find some way to go into the face roll paper market or something. Okay, so this is just the general technique here. If you keep looking, obviously we found some interesting markets, kind of beads. I would dig deeper into the bead market here, potentially. I don't know why this broom is selling for so much. I mean, I guess I could look up a large angle broom quick. I can't help myself. All right, let's look at the large angle broom market. Is this making money? Okay, so there's some pretty good money going on in this market. Pretty well evenly distributed sales. I would need to look in more in depth and see exactly why. I mean, it's not too competitive. I don't know how I'd really differentiate though with these brooms, but apparently that guy differentiated with 4 brooms. I don't know. These don't look like very advanced sellers though. Yeah. All right, we're going to end this here. So maybe just kind of an idea of how you can go about going into these markets. So we found some interesting ones here quick. I mean, face paper, I never would have thought of that. A broom, some beads, and these would definitely be places that I would go to dig deeper and use the other methods to see, kind of where are the keywords, what's the market look like here. But you're able to find, by really digging down and using a combination of factors and thinking about this like this, you can find ones, these aren't driving a lot of reviews, they don't have many reviews at all, and they were doing pretty good. They're doing pretty good amount of sales, and they really weren't that advanced. I mean, this one kind of had some good photos, but the one image on some of these or the brooms. So definitely, or we didn't even dig into the clipboard market. So keep in mind that you need to have enough money to go after these opportunities. So when you're deciding how much money to put in and how many reviews and whatnot, go where you have the resources to compete, because something may look like a great opportunity, but it requires a couple $1 million. And then it's like, oh, well, maybe I'm not going to do that. So you guys will probably hear this multiple times throughout the course, but we found products in this, and this is just where we start, okay? We want to dig down and find out that market and find the unsolved needs and solve them. You do not just copy, all right? So many people copy. At the beginning, it always looks like, wow, that works, so I should just copy and replicate it, but that's not the way to get success, all right? It's like that's a person who is successful and not doing very much, or there's a way to improve. How do we go and beat them? Not how do we go and just copy them. So, even advanced sellers, all right, they're always looking at this and they're saying, well, I can have that little bit of the market. No, we want to go over here and then find the holes in the market, okay? Instead of just trying to get that little bit of piece of the other market, okay? So, you'll hear this multiple times throughout the course. It may even be the same recording because it's important. The repetition is key with this. And now we'll go on to the next one.